Brother, listen to me for a moment. That sugarcane you see, it's not just a crop. No, it's so much more. It's like having a 12-month salary standing right there in your field. It's the promise you make to your family for a better life. So come on, let's walk through this together. But there's a question that bothers so many of us, right? Why is it that we work day and night, we get a huge, heavy harvest, and at the end of the year, there's no profit? Sometimes we even lose money. Have you ever felt that? What are we doing wrong? Well, here's the secret. It's a simple one, but it changes everything. Our cane, it's becoming a water pipe, just full of water. It's heavy, yes, but the factory, they don't pay us for water, do they? They pay for sugar. So we need to stop growing a water pipe. We need to start growing a sugar pipe. Okay, so how do we do that? I'm about to share a formula with you, a formula that can actually decide if you'll make a profit before you even plant a single piece of cane. This is the foundation for everything. It's a golden rule, a 3-part rule: soil, water, and market. You have to ask yourself these 3 questions. 1. Is my soil deep? Does water drain away easily? Because you know sugarcane's feet can't be wet all the time. 2. Do I have enough water for the whole 10 to 12 months? Not just for today, but for the entire year. And 3, this is so important. Who is going to buy my cane? Do I have a deal with a factory? A jaggery maker? If you can't say yes to all 3, you have to stop and fix that problem first. All right, so once that foundation is solid, the next big step is planting. How you start this crop? Well, it sets the stage for the whole year. So let's talk about the right way to begin. So, which variety should you plant? You know what we all do? We look over at our neighbor's field and plant whatever he's planting. But listen, his soil isn't your soil. His water isn't your water. The smart thing to do is go to the nearest sugar factory or KVK. Ask them, what are the best 2 varieties for my land? And hey, maybe plant one early variety and one a bit later. That way, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. But the biggest secret of all, a healthy, clean seed is way more important than the variety's name. Okay, when it comes to planting, you've basically got 2 main choices. There's the normal furrow method, right? The one most of us know. It's simple, it's common, but if you're using drip irrigation, you should really look at the paired row method. It's a bit more modern, sure, but it saves so much water and makes it easier to work in the field. Really, it just depends on what you have. Choose the path that works best for your farm. Now, I want to share a mistake that so many of us make, and it costs us a lot. We think planting deeper is better, that it keeps the seed safe. But in heavy soil, you're actually suffocating it. The seed can't breathe. It just rots in the ground and you get poor germination. So remember this, just a light blanket of soil is all it needs. Don't bury it. All right, your cane is in the ground. Now for the big question, how do we get that thick, heavy cane, the kind that makes the scale at the factory sing? Well, the secret, it's not just about the plant. It's about feeding the soil and giving the crop exactly what it needs. You know, watering sugarcane isn't about just flooding the field whenever it's dry. It's about timing. Think of it in 4 stages. First, germination. The baby plant just needs the soil to be moist, not drowning. Then comes tillering, when it's growing new shoots. You can't let it get thirsty now. Then comes the big one, grand growth. This is when the plant is a teenager, it's always hungry, always thirsty. This is when it gets tall and thick. But at the very end, during ripening, you have to cut back on the water a little. That's the trick to making it sweet. Here's a secret our grandfathers knew, and now science is proving them right. All those dry leaves, the trash left in the field, that's not waste, brother. That is gold for your soil. Don't burn it. Spread it between the rows. This is called trash mulching. It's like a blanket for your soil. It saves water, it stops weeds, and over time, it feeds your soil and makes it alive and healthy. You have to think of your crop like it's one of your children. You wouldn't wait for your child to get really sick before you take care of them, would you? No, you protect them. You watch over them. It's the same with your sugarcane. We have to keep it safe. One of the first enemies you'll face is the early shoot borer. It can wipe out your young plants. But there's a really simple way to check for it. Just walk through your field and look for a dead heart. You'll see the middle shoot of a plant has dried up and died. Now, go to that plant and give that dead shoot a gentle pull. If it comes right out, the borer is inside. You have to act fast when you see this. Now, I need you to listen very, very carefully. There is a disease called red rot, and it is the cancer of sugarcane. I'm serious. Once it's in your field, there is no cure. You can only prevent it. That is why I keep talking about using healthy, disease-free seed from a good variety. It's not just advice, it is the only way to save your crop from this terrible disease. This crop is a long journey, isn't it? A full year of our lives. So let's look at the whole 12-month calendar, month by month, so you know exactly what needs to be done and when. Think of this as your roadmap for the whole year. In the first 3 months, it's all about getting the plant started right, weeding, a little bit of soil support. Then, months 4 to 6, that's the powerhouse time. This is when the cane shoots up and gets thick, and needs lots of food and water then. After that, you just maintain things until the last couple of months. And that's when you change your thinking. You stop focusing on growth and start focusing on making the cane sweet. Okay, the time has come to harvest, but wait, before you start cutting, go through this checklist. Is the cane really ready? Stop giving it too much nitrogen and water. Clear the paths to get it out, and this is so important. Cut the cane as low to the ground as you can. All the good stuff, the weight and the sugar is right there at the bottom. And once it's cut, don't wait. Every hour you wait, you're losing sugar. You're losing money. Get it to the factory, fast. After all that hard work, after an entire year, it comes down to this. We are farmers, but we are also running a business. It's time to sit down and count the money we've earned. Let's look at how the math works. Let's just look at a simple example here. It's easy, really. You take how much money you made, your income, and you subtract how much you spent, your costs. What's left over is your profit. So in this example, getting 35 tons gives you a net profit of more than 50,000 rupees. So our job is simple, right? We need to get more yield and we need to keep our costs low. That's how we make that final number big. So to put it all together, let's just remember these final rules. What should you do? Always check your soil. Choose your variety like you're choosing a life partner. Feed your soil. And what should you not do? Never start without knowing who will buy your cane. Never ever use sick or weak seed. And don't give too much water or fertilizer at the end. If you can just follow these simple rules, you're on the path to success. So brother, let's end with this one thought. The most important one. Getting a good price for your sugarcane isn't about luck. It's not about chance, it's about management. It's about the small, smart decisions you make every single day in your field. When you manage your farm with knowledge and care, your cane will be thick, it will be sweet, and it will be profitable. You will farm smart, and you will earn with pride. Jai Kizan. If anything I said today was helpful to you, please subscribe to our channel. This way we can build a family of farmers, all helping each other